Yes. All right, we are live on the channel. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We are back with another Conscious Approach video. As usual, my name is JV Wins, joined by my boy Dogon SS. And it's funny that I'm talking about this first, or that we are talking about this first, because we're both from Miami, Florida originally, but I am currently based here. And Rolling Loud was this past weekend, and we had a bit of a kerfluffle at Rolling Loud. And this kerfluffle featured one of our favorite people that we like to talk about, Brittany Renner. She provides a lot of content for the channel. So this situation has been going viral in the aftermath or the conclusion of this year's Rolling Loud. And she basically assaulted a festival goer. I know, in terms of the grand scheme of things, we wouldn't necessarily characterize it as assault, but that's what it is, because if this happens and an individual wants to press charges, it would be categorized as assault. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with calling a spade a spade. And there was a clip. The clip went viral all over social media, TikTok, Instagram, and all of that good stuff, where Brittany Renner basically threw water in a guy's face because she didn't appreciate something that was said to her. So we'll go ahead and play this, and then we'll talk about what happened.
Put on me. Are you gonna put it on me? Are you gonna put it on me? Are you gonna put it on me? I'm not finished. Are you gonna put it on me? Are you gonna put it on me? Let's go. Let's go viral. Let's go viral. Let's go viral. Come on, let's go.
That's what he wanted. Baby, that's what he wants.
Fantastic sword. Fantastic sword, baby.
Whoa, man. So yeah, he was getting fresh with her. She was getting fresh back. He said something she didn't like, and she threw water in his face. And what was with those other chicks also throwing water at him? Like, I don't know what that was. I feel as though I should say this. Apparently, what set her off, and this is alleged, is this guy mentioned PJ Washington in some kind of way. And that's what set her off. Now, I have searched for different angles and versions of that video on the interwebs. I have not found any. That's pretty much all that I found. And in that clip, I don't hear anything that even relates to, I don't hear anything that sounds like PJ Washington being said by this guy. So I cannot confirm nor deny that, but that's apparently the speculation. Bottom line, however, is whether he said it or not, she still felt emboldened enough and protected enough to throw water in this guy's face. So, Brittany Renner, once again, living her hot girl summer, doing her thing out here. She gets talked about a lot. She's one of these social media influencer type personalities who is known for leveraging her sexuality for attention and a career path. I don't think that that's unfair to say. And she was a host. She was like some kind of interview host at this year's festival. For whom? I don't know. I don't know what platform or outlet she was a host for. I'm not sure. But that was why she was there, or that's the primary capacity in which she was there. And then in the midst of doing that, there was this dust up. So I don't know if you had any thoughts on that, but I'm penny for them at this time.
Honestly, I just think it's disgusting behavior. I think it's egregious, shameful, abominable. I can go on.
Yeah.
And honestly, just the and I'm sure you're going to speak on the double standard thing here of what's going on, but I'll just more or less speak of public figure behavior, role model behavior, because that's generally the lane I stick in. And the cause for concern for anybody that is an internet troll for a profession, as Brittany Renner is, and the people who idolize it. And I just really think that this behavior it speaks to housewives culture. Pouring drinks in somebody's face is right up reality TV show alley. And how else do you resolve a dust up without just splashing a drink in your adversary's face? I really think that this was immature on her behalf, but I'm speaking on the aspect of it being shameful and distasteful and role model from the aspect of people who live in the real world. Now, for the aspiring thoughts and aspiring mega thoughts that are out there ingesting this madness, she saw nothing wrong. They would see nothing wrong from this type of behavior. Brittany Renner was defending herself as she should have. And, for people that think like that, I really don't know what more to say than that your thought patterns are also shameful and should be rectified to what normal people think like. But how would you feel about this exchange?
Yeah, you correctly predicted that I am going to bring up what I believe to be a double standard in play here. I believe that if the shoe was on the other foot and that was a guy tossing water into a woman's face, or let's just keep it with the people involved. Let's just switch the positions, right? So let's say that guy was working Rolling Loud and Brittany Renner was in the crowd and they started getting fresh with one another and he got offended by something that she said and he threw water in her face. I believe that he would be facing assault charges. Now, I don't believe that Brittany Renner is having charges pressed against her by this guy, and that's another part of the problem because a lot of us men, I'm not going to get on the soapbox, but I think it's unfortunate that a lot of modern men. We talk about modern women. We coin the term modern women whenever we have conversations like this, talking about the nature of women these days, right? So, my belief is that there's always two sides to the same coin. So if we're going to talk about modern women, we should also talk about modern men. I think that's completely fair or completely reasonable. And I think modern men, in part due to the way that they have been brought up in the types of environments and households they've been brought up, and also in part to the mind control entertainment that they've been exposed to, have been relegated to being bitch made. I think there's a lot of bitch made men out here these days. And I think that the climate of bitch made men has contributed to the epidemic that is a man being treated in this way, but still feeling as though he should not press any kind of charges or exact any sort of action that is going to make a person in Brittany Renner's position be held accountable for that type of behavior. And honestly, I don't know which is the bigger issue. The fact that Brittany Renner did it, or the fact that this guy is probably going to go along with his life not feeling as though Brittany Renner should be held accountable for this behavior. And why does he not care or want her to be held accountable for this kind of behavior? Because he wants to smash. And because he would like to smash. And because he envisions himself one day being able to smash, if not her, then a Brittany Renner proxy. Some woman like her. Some woman who is of her ilk. And when you're a slave to vagina, as a lot of our fellow men are these days, they will let a lot of things slide, like getting water splashed in your face and being embarrassed in this capacity and not doing anything about it. So that's the primary thing that I took away from it. The double standard, is present. I do believe that. But moreover, so many of us as men have been made into such bitch-made empty vessels of just buffoonery and being slaves to vagina. And this is what you get. when you're a slave to vagina, you will allow a woman such as her to splash you in the face, and you can just keep it moving, thinking that you got the upper hand, but really you're just embarrassed, or rather, you embarrass yourself.
And I hear that so compartmentalizing it, he embarrassed himself to us, but in his world and the troll world, this guy's gonna flip, parlay this. He's gonna have interviews. This guy, he wanted to go viral, and
Yeah.
let's go viral.
Yeah.
Let's go viral. And again, bro, we're dealing with new humans here.
Yeah.
New humans that have been in this, have been cultivated into being these viral seeking stimuli receptors. They're just out there. They're just out there. Just give me anything that'll go viral. Give me anything. And then and she gave him his viral moment. And so this splash that you, for those of you that are looking at this, like, what the hell's going on in that image? That's a bottle of water.
Yeah.
That's a bottle of water that Brittany Renner splashed in this man's face. Now, in our world, he's embarrassed himself. But in this guy's world, oh man, he's telling all of his little friends.
He won.
Yeah, he's got a dub.
Yeah.
He's got a dub. And I would just say, more or less, and this is a lesson to be learned from everybody here, not just for the mega thoughts here. This is for everybody. Don't give people the viral moment that they seek, because the only person that loses in that situation is not the person that you showed up, but it's you for participating and buying into the fact that you stoop to their level. So I think Brittany Renner here, she's the one who takes this L. So that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't know if Brittany Renner takes the L. I hear what you're saying. I do. But, I'm looking at Brittany Renner's Instagram. She has 4.7 million followers. Brittany Renner.
I forgot. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I don't think Brittany Renner's taking the L. I think if anybody's taking the, okay, so I believe both of them, because of what you just described in terms of the culture that we're in, they're both probably ancillarily benefiting.
Yes.
However, I think Brittany Renner is probably benefiting to a greater degree, because not only is she able to play this to the masses of zombies who follow her and who aspire to emulate her lifestyle and her behavior, but she's also emboldened by, the hot girl summer culture, which says that it is socially acceptable and even a redeeming quality to be able to shame and embarrass men. So I think she's winning more than anybody. But I hear what you're saying. I didn't think of that angle. They both probably are winning, but I don't know who this dude is. So the mere fact that I know who she is and I don't know who this guy is, he's winning in his relative state of obscurity. But I just find the whole situation disgusting.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
we'll find out his name next week, though.
I'm sure we will, man. You dudes are so bitch made. All right, we'll move on. We'll move on.